Ralph Wiggin, and I'm from the twin town of Marburg in Germany.
And you, of course, are twinned with Northampton, isn't it?
Yes, we are visiting Northampton regularly with people from Germany and are inviting Northamptonians to come to our town.
And what do you think of Northampton?
It's a beautiful town, and they are there's a great hospitality with the people here. So we've made friends over the years and are quite happy of being here.
It's brilliant. And in comparison to, of course, Germany, Marburg, what's it like there?
Well, there are differences. Marburg is a small university town and not as old as Northampton. So the heritage of Northampton, of course, is very great, and the history. And, well, the main difference is that Northampton is much bigger and much more industrialized.
Okay. And then how did it become then that we became twinned together? What's the history behind that?
Well, actually, there was a common root with twinning with Poitiers in France. Marburg had twinned with Poitiers and Northampton was a twin town. And so we actually met for the first time in Poitiers and decided to make it a triangle of twinning.
And so the history, as the rest is history, as they say.
Yeah, well, we're quite happy with it, and it's developing nicely. And usually we have something like 8 or 10 groups from Northampton every year in Marburg, and as you see now with me, another group from Marburg and Northampton.
Cheers. Well, thank you very much for speaking to us, sir.
Thank you. Have a nice weekend.
Thank you. So, have you enjoyed this Heritage Weekend so far?
Very enjoyable, yes.
Very, very good. Yes.
Highlights of this weekend so far?
Well, I think the sessions
Did you pick up, what did you pick up? Anything stuck in your mind from there?
Oh, it was the whole general building, you know, and particularly the beautiful work on the ceilings. Absolutely.
And the little secret garden, that was lovely too.
So do you think a weekend like this is something that we should see more often of?
Well, it's something, we're not local Northamptonians, and we don't know, although we've lived in Northampton for some years, we don't know a great deal about the history of Northampton. And strangely enough, we've never seen any previous business about the heritage trails or anything like that. And it was purely fortuitous that my wife happened to talk to a friend who'd got a spare copy of the booklet, and that was first we knew about it. And we're enjoying it, but of course we've only just sort of started, as you might put it. There's quite a lot of things, you know. We'll never get behind as well because they put in a lot of work. And
young volunteers there.
Yeah. Very, very enjoyable.
Cheers.
Do it again next year.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Sam.
We have those up next year, and there's one of me on my own in the inner office there, which will go on the wall outside, and everybody moves down one each year. And Margaret and I go into the museum.
You're so impressed about that.
So, I think the only other thing of real interest to say here, because it's more as a working thing, is this rather nice dish which was intended for sweets and comfits, which was given to the borough by Mark Dorman, who was the mayor when this part of the Guildhall was built in the 1860s. And quite unusually, not saying uniquely, but certainly unusually, his wife gave birth while he was mayor. And this actually, sweets like a little cock. I don't know if you've seen the outside of the Guildhall, but the first 7 bays are the 1860s building, and the next 7 bays are the 1890s extension. And if you look between the arches, you'll actually see the slates between the arches are different colours. Some are maroon colour and some are blue. Well spotted.
Used to wear. It was a very long time ago. As you can see, it's a lot different. I think now they have the red coats and the white, and now it's just the brown, and they wear a striped tie. And you know what I was talking about, when a new mare comes on, another mare goes off the wall. Well, if you look here at this book, this is all the mares that come off the wall, and shortly there will be another one. And these are just all the mares.
Going back to when?
Is it the first mare was 1205, wasn't it?
5.
So there are a lot of mares.
Not photographs, no.
Yeah, and there was one painting, but it got torn that exact same day, so I had to take a picture. I know, what a waste of pen. I do well with that, Doc. Yeah. I will. Do well done, Doc. The difference between the clothes as well is the weight. If anyone would like to hold this one, this would just be the jacket. The trousers would be double the weight, the shirt would be lighter than the jacket, and the shoes were fully steel with leather over top.
Anybody like to hold this one?
I love the fur trees.
Thing is, I take it each one has the rough one made for them, do they?
Yeah.
Yeah. They'll be different sizes.
The difference was the women had lighter coats, but they were fluffy. Inside fluffy.
Do you want to go have a look in the
He
shower?
was running from the law, and he found this tramp one day and drugged him up and made him drunken, so he couldn't remember anything at all. Hit him over the head and then put him in a car. Put petrol all over him and tampered with the petrol, like the petrol tap and the exhaust, and made it look like that it was his fault. Set it alight and walked off. Got so far and then made a mistake of standing up because he crawled the whole way. And there were these two gentlemen that saw him, and as you do, you just say good evening. But he didn't realise that they would notice him when the police came round.
Are you very much interested in the history of Northampton?
It's kind of interesting. I'm from the States and I'm finding out a lot about the Washington family.
Because there is a connection here, isn't there?
There's also one in Clapston.
That's
The
right.
Washington family's actually from.
That's right, yeah.
Pretty wild.
I think part of your flag, which is a crest of the Washingtons, which from around Northamptonshire. So we like to hold on to that piece of history.
Yeah, we've seen that upstairs.
My name's Kate, and I've come to see family more than anything.
Okay.
And as I said, we've got a friend, a relation who's showing me her town, and this is one of the places she said would be a good place to go and see.
Are you taken back by some of the heritage you've seen here today?
Oh, it's amazing, absolutely amazing.
Do you have things like this back at home in Australia?
Not this kind of history, which is sad, but we have our own different history. It's a bit more rougher, you could say, more rural than anything. But we've got Captain Cook and Flinders and Bassett Flinders, so that's enough.
Well, enjoy your stay here.
Trip overall.
Very informative.
Would you go on it again? Okay. Did you learn anything new about Northampton?
Yeah, one or two bits. I've been on it in previous years, but yeah, one or two bits.
Would you like to have the buses back next year?
Sure.